things that I find most helpful is if you have a textbook for the class that you're using, go through and take notes on all of it. And then when you go through and reread your notes, just try to reread all of the notes that you took in your notebook. And if you're able to make sense of all of the details just using the notes you took, then you know that like you can properly know the material and you're taking good notes.
Okay, my most effective study strategy is totally ridiculous, but I'll talk out loud, and for whatever reason that really helps me remember more of the abstract concepts in class that like might not be really easily memorized or like written down on a note card or like a flashcard or whatever.
So I'm a visual learner, so I love having people like a one-on-one type session where someone, like I could do like a problem, say for math, like I'm working on a problem and I'm not doing it right. I'm that type of person that needs to have someone like walk me through it so I can see how I'm supposed to do it.
One of my best study strategies is to specifically create an environment where I know that I will be able to focus. So sometimes I will go and study like in Nona or in an empty classroom and just focus and be alone. Other times I will have other people who I know will also help me to focus. Maybe we're studying for different classes but have the same deadlines, so we have that same kind of motivation. I also will often get off campus going to a coffee shop or a library just to give myself a break from being on campus and always being focused on campus.
I have a lot of professors who will like have a video about it and then they'll lecture on it, but then also have PowerPoint slides. Plus we had to do a reading on it, and I think that helps me remember it a lot better when I have like different forms and ways of learning it.
Well, typically it depends on what type of class I'm taking. If it's a math class, then I definitely make sure that I try a couple example problems, read through the chapter before coming to class, so I'm a little bit more well prepared for the material.
My study habits change class to class depending on what class I'm doing or like taking at the time. So I could have one class where it's helpful for me to use flashcards, or one class where it's helpful for me to use like Quizlet, or just like if I like lie out everything on a sheet of paper, just like so I have everything like in order like of what I need to learn.
I would say it depends a lot on the content of the class. Some classes I spend more time trying to learn the vocabulary and the technical terms, and others I focus more on what skills it's teaching me and how I can use that in the real world, or how I can apply the content to real experiences such as an internship.
Actually, for every class, I think I approach everything the same. I usually take hand notes, and then if it's like I have to do a reading with it, I'll type those notes so it's a much faster process. And then like study-wise, when I have a test, I just repeat them over and over on a whiteboard.
So I've used places like the Writing Center for when I'm really stuck on papers, and they've definitely saved me a couple times. Also, one of the course content tutors on campus, and that's a free service, which is really awesome. And I've actually used that before for a couple of science classes, and that has been very helpful.
I would say my professors have been one of my best resources, whether it's communicating through email or stopping by to talk during office hours or setting up some other meeting with them. They're always very willing to help and to accommodate whatever a student needs to be most successful.
In regards to on-campus resources, I would say the main one is I always go to my professor's office hours and try to talk through problems with them, because I find that really helpful.
On campus, I've used a ton of resources. When I was in my stats class, I was in the math lab every day. Like every day I had an assignment, I was in the math lab.
Well, when I have some study habits in the first place, I guess they would change. No.
Hydration is key to academic success.
So smart.
Script line. Sorry.